Good.
Good evening. This is Dr. Kathy, and I'm glad that you're here. We are here to do what I call spiritual love fair. And I didn't put that in the email, but when I grew up in the Catholic tradition and I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody so everybody can just relax.
Love you, hon.
There. Everybody can just relax and not worry about background noise. So, and if you want to say something, you just unmute yourself. *6, I think. So anyway, when I grew up in the Catholic tradition and then it was involved in the charismatic renewal, which is very much like the metaphysical tradition, it just uses a different languaging. And so, for instance, instead of channeling, they would call it the gift of prophecy, although they would think channeling is of the devil, you know, because they don't understand it. But that's pretty much what it is. And I completely forgot why I was going to tell y'all that. It went right out of my mind, but there was a real reason for it. Well, if that reason is important, I will be reminded of it. So anyway, spiritual love fair. We would talk about spiritual warfare. And one day, Amma, who's the being that I channel, one day Amma said, go look up warfare and see where it came from. And what I found out was that war was a Germanic word meaning battle, I think, or fighting, or isn't that great? I forgot all of that. Oh, well. And fair is the archaic word for journey. So it was a journey of battle. So a spiritual journey of battle, that's kind of oxymoron. And so that's why we call it love fair. So it's a spiritual journey of love. And we're approaching everything with love. And that's what we're going to do today. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you, those of you who are not familiar with the sword of Michael the Archangel. If you've seen pictures of him, I have never seen a picture of him without his sword. He always has his sword, and he is the one who protects the truth. He is all about the truth, and he also protects us. So because we are truth, you know, when we live in our truth, he is also protecting us, and his sword does a tremendous amount of protection. So what I'd like you to do, I'm going to have you go into your heart source. And if you're not familiar with your heart source, you will soon become familiar. So what I want you to do is to consciously move into the front of your heart center and feel yourself go deep within. Just allow your breath to take you deep into the center of your heart center. Good. Now you're going to consciously remain there, but you're going to also go into the back of your heart center. Good. Now you're going to go into the front of your third eye, your brow center, just a little bit above the middle of your eyebrows. Good. And now into the back of your brow center. Many people don't know you have a front and a back to those centers. You have a front and a back to the 2nd through the 6th chakras. Okay, if you're having a hard time going into the back of your third eye, because I'm sensing someone is a little bit too high up, just move your awareness down just a little bit. There it is, whoever that was, went right into the back. Good. Now, imagine a beam of energy going from your heart chakra to your third eye, just straight up. Feel that connection. Straight out of your crown to the center of the universe. Good. And now down into the center of the earth. Good. This is your heart source. Now just say, chakras spin. There you go. Now just ask your heart source to expand, the energy of it to expand out to the edges of your aura. Good. Now we're going to gather in a group energy, and I'm going to make this video available to people. So send it to whoever you can that is willing to do this work. We need to get it out really soon. And so I want you just to gather together, just sense that you're gathering together into a big room. We're all into a big room. There is a floor of light below us. There's a canopy of light above us. There are pillars of light in each corner. And there are members of Archangel Michael's band surrounding the perimeter of the room from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar. There we go. And the Archangel Metatron is overshadowing the room. And I evidently was mistaken, Cleo, that Archangel Michael is going to say a few words. In the center of the room, though, I almost forgot this, is another pillar. And I want you to send a beam of energy from your heart to that central pillar, because that will connect us all together. There you go. And if you would send also a beam of energy to my heart to give me a support in the channeling. So we may hear from Archangel Michael and not Alma, but we're definitely going to hear from Ashtar. Archangel Michael. Blessed ones, blessed ones, blessed ones. You are here to assist the planet. So I want to tell you something. It may not look like it, but the planet is in the throes of her ascension. And to be able to ascend, the planet must release negative energy or low vibration energy. Let's not put a value on it as it being negative. It is low vibration energy. She must raise her vibration. So what she is doing is she is gathering all of the low vibration energy around, and she is dispelling it through storms, through fires. She is dispelling that energy. Now we can do some things to assist her. Those of you who know that you have the sword, you have already done this. Just say, I am the sword, and it will be there. Those of you who have never received my sword, extend your dominant hand. If you're right-handed, extend your right hand. If you're left-handed, extend your left. And open it, open the palm. And let me place my sword in your hand and grasp it. And now hold it in front of you and feel the energy of my sword. I have now anointed you with the power of the sword. And you now share my sword. The amazing thing about my sword is it can only be used for good. It can never, and I do mean never, be wielded to hurt any person at all. It will transmute energy, and that's what we're going to use it for today. Place the sword in your heart. Just allow it to go in. Feel it integrating with you. Now say, I am the sword. And your whole body turns into the sword. Your finger, if you just touched your finger to some low vibration energy, when you walk through a mall or through the streets of Houston who have been traumatized, I am the sword. And when you walk through any low vibration energy that is there, any fear, any anxiety, any despair, it is eliminated, it is transmuted. Now for this exercise, however, I'm going to have you take out the sword and hold it in your hand again. Now, here is a secret that should not be a secret. You've heard these words, but you still don't believe them. You are an amazing being of light. And you have the power within you to help bring change. You cannot bring change to those who do not want change. Yet we are working with Gaia. the planet will ascend whether humanity ascends or not. So she is taking care of herself. It does not matter to her if we go in and transmute some of that low vibration energy, which is bringing the intensity of what is happening on this planet. The intensity is seen in the wind, in the rain, in the storms. Before the beloved Ashtar comes in, I'm going to take you through this exercise. And you can do this at any time. I am the sword. Say that, I am the sword. And see yourself holding the sword and knowing that your entire body is the sword. Now, you are multi-dimensional beings, huge beings. And those of you who are on this call and those of you who join us later are all together. See yourselves surrounding this huge storm. You are on the outer limits of the storm. Place the sword into the storm with the intention of transmuting the low vibration energy. Those of you who are sensitive may feel the buffeting of the wind, feel the intensity of what is happening. And because it has already gone over certain lands, you may hear the cries of those who are in despair or fear. Stay in your heart source. That is key. Stay in your heart source at the very minimum. Stay in your heart. And now, as we all place the energy of the sword within this hurricane you have named Irma, let us Om together, the sound of creation. Hold the sword into the energy. Let us connect with the consciousness of the storm. Call out to it. You who are known as Irma. Yes, you who are known as Irma. Can you feel the consciousness respond to you? Now say to it, let us assist you in releasing the fear, the anger, the anxiety, the hatred, the despair, which has built you up. Let us help relieve the intensity of those feelings. Accept the sword within you as it transmutes those energies. And lower your intensity. We ask you humbly to lower your intensity. Now, as you extend the sword, hold it up as if you were blessing the storm, and ask for the exact vibration of love needed to neutralize the low vibration in it to come forth from the sword. Feel that energy go out. And now we call forth, and when, by the way, when your arm gets tired, you can still see yourself holding the sword out when your physical arm gets tired. And now we call forth what is known as a spiritual whirlwind. And members from my band are surrounding this storm. They are surrounding its outer edges of its aura. And we ask for the spiritual whirlwind, which will be so huge that it will come down upon the storm. And we ask it to clear the storm, to lower the intensity of the storm. We ask the storm known as Irma to allow us to assist her in helping Gaia to ascend so that we can release as much as possible the low vibration energy which is holding her back. And now call upon all of those spiritual beings you will work with and ask them to call upon all of their friends. Ask them to surround the storm and hold the sword to release the low vibration energy which is there. Now set your intention that that aspect of yourself is holding the sword there while you listen as the commander Ashtar comes in. I am Ashtar of the Galactic Command, of the Ashtar Command, a part of the Galactic Command. And I am your future. You work with me and have worked with me before, and I am. You are what was once the future. And you saw what was happening to the planet in the future. And so you rewound time so that you could come back here and to change that which led to destruction of your planet. And we are here helping you. We are helping you. We cannot pull you out of what it is that you have created because we were part of that which created it in the future. That may not make sense, but let it settle in. We are here to give you support. And we are also surrounding the storm. And there have already been thousands of people who have been working to lessen the effects of the storm. And I want you to know that it has been lessened. As strong as it is, it has been lessened. It had the potential to be the largest storm in ferocity that has ever been seen in your lifetime, 250 miles per hour. And it has been lessened to only 180 and going down to 170. So continue your work. I want to tell you something you may already know from what the wonderful Archangel Michael has told you, is the planet is ascending, and whether or not humanity goes with the planet is not of concern to Gaia. She would like you to go with her. And those upon this call, you will be going with her as she ascends. But she has waited a long time. She has waited in love for you. We have asked her, this mighty soul who is within the planet, we have asked her to wait, to wait, to wait. And it is time now, because as the energies that you know have been coming into the planet, they have surfaced, they have released much low vibration energy. You see it on every continent. You see it in every country as the fighting and the bickering and the partisanship is occurring, as there are people being tortured and killed because they believed differently. There are horrors that you are not necessarily aware of because it does not make your media. I do not say this so that you can feel in horror or to feel upset. That is not my purpose. I say it so you will be informed about what Gaia has been working with. She has been transmuting the energy through her own body as much as she can, and she has waited. And now she has to release energy from her body so that she can survive. And the way she releases it is through storms. It is through fire. It is through avalanches. Any of those things are releases of energy. You have your own releases of energy as a human, a burp, a yawn, an expelling of gas. You release those energies from within you. And when you take something into your body, which is so much that your body does not like it, your body releases energy in other, what you might call more violent ways, does it not? Where you cannot leave the bathroom. Well, that is what is happening with Gaia. She has waited so long. And now she must release that energy. These storms, you have seen them happening in other countries. The Philippines have had them happening. Other storms have had typhoons. You have seen what's happened with the tsunami that hit Japan. It is happening. All of this releasing of energy so that Gaia can ascend and you can assist. You and others like you. You must, and I do mean you must assist by healing yourself and being in your heart and learning how to respond in ways of love and of acceptance. Just remember that acceptance does not mean that you tolerate evil, what you would call evil. Acceptance means that you accept that that is the way it is, and you can make choices to be with it or to not be with it. But then you decide how it is that you are going to work with that low vibration energy. If you respond in anger to anger, anger plus anger equals more anger. And in fact, anger plus anger equals rage. If you respond to anger with love energy, you are not contributing any more to the anger. It does not mean that people will respond to you with love energy. They may respond to you with anger. And how do you respond to that? You respond with love energy. We're not talking about the emotion. We're talking about the transmuting effects of the love energy. Do you know that if you had so much love energy within you, that if somebody in their anger shot you with a bullet, it would pass through you without harming you? Or it would reflect off of you. And unfortunately, it might hit someone else just as if it ricocheted off of a metal container. This is why you heal yourself. And that is how you protect yourself. Understand that what is happening upon this planet and all the devastation you see in many different continents with all of the flooding, that is Gaia taking care of herself. Just as you would need to take care of yourself, if you had to release low vibration energy from you, just as you would have to release the effects of a food that was tainted. Now, this is very important, what I am going to tell you. Your job is crucial. You answered the call to listen to what we are saying. Your job is crucial to eliminating the low vibration energy upon this planet. Now you are in a crisis situation. Go and do the work that I have shown you. It will help to lessen the storm some, but it will still be coming through. Because, you may ask why? Because people are in fear of it coming, and the fear is attracting the low vibration energy. They are not able to stay in their heart from fear. They have been watching for all weeks of what has been happening in Texas. And they fear what can happen to them. It is a natural human reaction, is it not? So when you deal with this crisis, then when the crisis is over, you work upon yourself and you start looking for that low vibration energy within you. It is imperative that you do this. Do you understand? It is imperative that you do this. If you wish to help Gaia to ascend, then you do the work necessary for you to ascend. And it is really very simple, not easy. It is simple. You remain in your heart and you answer each action towards you from your heart. Does that mean that you never say harsh words? No, you say firm words. As you may say, no, you will not hit that person. No, you will not talk to that person that way. But you find ways to do it that is from your heart. Know that heart energy can result in violence. Not from you, but from others. They are working from their lower chakras. Heart is from the higher chakras. They do not understand the higher chakras. Listen, respond, when you find yourself reacting in a way that pours out more low vibration energy, catch yourself as soon as you can. Eliminate guilt about what has happened and ask for healing of the wound which caused that to occur, so that you can stand firmly. And what the one known as Amma always says, be the eye of the storm, the calm that is within everything circling around. Know, and I'm repeating it, know as in K-N-O-W, know that when you go into fear, when you go into anger, when you go into jealousy or to envy or despair, you are contributing to the energy of storms. What is water but a symbol of emotion? We, myself included, have had to learn this over the lifetimes that we have lived. It is now your turn. We are your future. You are our past. And you, as you learn this, you discover where our future is. There will be many people leaving this planet. Stay in your heart and send the energy needed to escort them home, where they can be a support to you. After Irma has finished her fall, her landfall, you already know there are 2 other hurricanes out there. Start doing this work with those hurricanes. And then begin working when the crises are over. Begin working with I am the sword, so that wherever you walk, you have the intention to transmute energy. The more energy you transmute into love, into the higher vibrations, the less Gaia needs to release. You are integral to what is happening for Gaia's ascension and for your own. I am Ashtar. I am the leader of the Ashtar Command, and we are members of the Galactic Command. And some of you are also on the ships with us. Be with us. Be the sword. Use all that you know to help lessen the low vibration energy. Share this with your friends. They do not need to know about the sword. There are many who pray in other ways that may not be receptive to this. Encourage them to pray. Anything that comes from love counteracts anything that comes from not love. I thank you for inviting me to come to you this evening. We are working with you to lessen this storm. Remember, it was to be much stronger. You can't even imagine what 250 miles an hour of wind would do to the land, can you? Thank you. And this is Kathy, and I want to thank you. And I just ask you to continue doing this work. Faith mentioned that she was up all night working with the sword. Work with the sword as much as you can. And remember that when you get frustrated and think that it's not doing work, it's time to quit working with the sword and to Go within yourself and asking for healing of the wound which is causing the frustration. We are on a long journey, and that is the spiritual Lovefare journey. And remember, Lovefare, a journey of love. And I just remembered war in the Germanic means conflict, a journey of conflict. So instead of a journey of conflict, we want a journey of love. And remember that that's what you are called to. Now, I don't have the emails of everybody who was on this call. So if you would like a recording of this call, you're going to have to send me an email and tell me you want to. I'm going to put it up on YouTube. Maybe I'll just send out a general message to people so that they could join into this. Thank you so much. My blessings to each one of you. Let's do what we can to assist the planet. It's our job. That's why we came here. My love and blessings to each of you.